Hi. Well, it's another beautiful day out there, though it's cold and cloudy. And today I want to talk about who you think you are. So, who do you think you are? Most likely, you think you're a person, which is fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a person. Okay, I'm a person too. All right? But in addition to being a person, there's something more that you are, and that is you're a soul. Now, clinging to your personness, okay, which is what 99% of people do, makes it seem like there's nothing else, you know, that there's not anything else except you and your brain and your personality and everyone else's, everything else. Okay? So that's what you think. Okay? And you've been taught to think that since you were born. Okay? Now, what's the problem with all that? Well, the problem with that is unhappiness. You're unhappy. Okay? Maybe not at this moment, but you've been unhappy and you'll be unhappy again. Okay? And so that's the problem with being a person. Okay? Maybe you're sad, maybe you're angry, maybe you're just irritated. That's all part of being unhappy. Okay? And whether or not you know, get what you wanted, I guess, be the best way of saying it, you're still going to be unhappy. Okay? You want the perfect man, you want the perfect car, you want the perfect this, you want the perfect that. And sometimes you get that. You get the perfect man. But you know what happens? Slowly over time, the car doesn't seem so perfect and the man doesn't seem so perfect. And why is that? Well, partly it's because you're unhappy. Now, I don't mean to laugh at your unhappiness, but it is. That's the problem. Okay? This unhappiness is because you have a hole inside that you're trying to fill with the perfect car, with the perfect man, with the perfect stuff. Okay? And that's why there's addiction. That's why people spend, tons of money on stuff to help to fill that hole. Okay? And what is that hole? Well, it's the hole where God used to be. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And God, okay, who you were part of once, is in you. Okay? Because he made a part of himself into your soul. Okay? And if you want to sort of be with God, then you have to get in contact with your soul. Okay? But when you think you're not God, which everyone does, okay, then it's a lot harder. Now, I've had my disappointments, and I've had bad things happen to me, and so on and so forth. And that was all part of my training to wake up. Okay? And it's part of your training to wake up too. Now, I'm not a genius or anything. It all happened to me because of all the stuff that I went through. Okay? And it'll happen to you the same way, perhaps. What I'm trying to do here is to get people to wake up without having to suffer. I had to suffer. Okay? 60 years of suffering. Okay? Which I didn't like one bit of. But I had to do it because that's what you have to do. Okay? So, who are you really? Well, you are really a soul. You really are a piece of God. Okay? And if you can wake up from this dream that you're not that, then you will reap the benefits of being a soul. Okay? And what are the benefits of being a soul? Well, peace. Okay? Peace from the constant thoughts that are in your head, peace from the emotional storms you go through every day or every other day or every week, peace from a lot of things. Okay? And then there's also love inside. Okay? God is love, right? Love is God. They're the same thing. Okay? And joy, which is really just a really great thing of happiness, I guess you'd call it. I mean, I don't know what the words are, okay? But when I'm feeling joyful, I'm also feeling very happy, okay? It's like nothing you've ever felt before, believe me. When it happens, you'll be like, whoa! Okay? So, what is the thing that you want to do with your life? Whatever it is, it's great. I'm sure you'll have a great time doing it, okay? But if you're not awakened, if you're still asleep, whatever you do isn't gonna be enough, okay? Whether you're making movies or writing a script or making music or whatever it is, it's not enough, okay? Because that hole that you're trying to fill is huge, okay? And it can only be filled by one thing, and that's God, okay? And until you awaken, you can't get in touch with God because you need to use your soul to do that, okay? Now, I've told you how to get to the still center of your being and get in contact with God, okay? And I hope that some of you have done that. But it's hard to keep that going unless you've awakened, okay? Now, I'm not telling you to meditate or anything else. I'm just telling you that there is a much better world out there if you're awakened. Now, in addition to everything else, you think you're a body, right? That's not what you are, okay? Your body is a vessel, okay, that gets you from point A to point B. That's it, okay? I see all these people on Facebook and Instagram preening and puffing, showing off their bodies and everything, and they think that's what's important, because that's what they've been taught to think, okay? But you know what? Your body is going to age and decay, and then it'll be gone. Now, maybe that'll take 90 years, okay? But that's the way it is, okay? And if you think you look good now, great. I'm happy for you to look good now. But looking good isn't really important. What's important is being, okay? Nothing else really matters, okay? And I know you could argue with that and say, oh, there's lots of things that matter besides being. And my opinions really don't matter either, okay? What I say or what I think about being isn't that important. What's important is that you be. Not just sit and think, but be. No thinking involved, okay? This world is still incredibly beautiful. And if you can't be, you can't see it. You can't feel it. Okay? I've told you this before. But, so these things that you think are you, like your body and your personality and whatever psychology you have or whatever else there is that you think is you, and that includes your viewpoints, your awards, and anything else that you may have won on this planet, okay? It's not you. It's got nothing to do with you, okay? Because you are a soul, okay? And without knowing that, you're trapped, okay? I don't like the idea that anybody being trapped, but that's just the way it is. So, try and accept what is. Try and see the flowers for the trees. Okay? I mean, there's a whole world of trees out there, a whole world of flowers, and if you can't see them, then what's it all about? What's the point of being in this world? Okay? Now, all these things that you think are you, like your body and your personality, and it's just not you. Okay? And you hold on to these things, okay? Because you think you're separate, okay? And if you don't have these things, then you're nothing. That's what you think. I mean, it's terrible, isn't it, to think that? But everybody thinks that, okay? Now, you have a way out of the trap. Now, this trap is really good trap, okay? Humanity set this trap up, and you fell right into it because that's what we do, okay? But there is a way out, and that is to awaken, okay? And it's very simple to awaken. All you have to do is accept that you are not a person. You are not a body. You are not ideas that are in your head, okay? That's it. And then let go of all the stuff, okay? And I'm not saying necessarily actual stuff, but the stuff that you think is you, okay? You've made a lot of stuff part of you, like your car and your house and your wife and your kids. And, you know, there's just a whole gamut of stuff that you made a part of you because you feel like you're not enough. It's because of that hole that's inside of you, okay? And so that's what we do as human beings. We make stuff a part of us to make us feel better, to make us feel bigger, okay? But the fact is, none of that stuff actually works. You can't be bigger. You can't be better. You can only be what you are, okay? And that is a soul, okay? If you continue to think that you are a person, then you're in the trap, okay? And what you think is right, right? Because that's what everybody thinks, isn't it? Okay? And that's one of the problems on why people can't wake up, because they think they're right. Okay? And I know it's hard to admit you're not right about things, but it's even harder to admit that your thoughts aren't right. Okay? And that's what it is. Your thoughts are not right. Your thoughts are wrong. Okay? When your mom told you not to touch the stove because it was hot, you thought she was right, didn't you? And you didn't touch it. Okay? And when somebody else told you not to take heroin because it's very addictive and, you know, you'll die, you believed them, didn't you? Okay? And so these examples of how to believe in what people say, okay, get, you know, programmed into us. And so when we think it's right. We think what we're thinking is right. But the fact is, it's not. It's wrong. There's a fake identity within you that's thinking these things. You're not thinking them. They are. It is. Okay? And that fake identity, you think it's you, but it's not. Yes, you're a person. Yes, you have, okay, various things about you that are, what we might say, your personhood, okay? And that's fine. But if you continue to think that your personhood is more important than anything else, which a lot of people do, okay, and your separateness reinforces that. It's me against the world, you know? I have to be strong and independent. And all sorts of things, right? But you don't have to be, okay? Because you're not a person. I know I've said this before, and I probably shouldn't be saying it now, but I really, really felt like talking about this. I just want people to stop suffering. Okay? That's what I want. And the only way to stop suffering is for people to wake up. Okay? When you're unhappy, I'm unhappy. Okay? So, anyway. Try to remember who you are. A soul. A piece of God. And if you want to access God, you have to awaken. That's all there is to it. Alright, well, I guess I've said enough. Have a great life. And I love you all.